here at Enterprise Connect 2018. Well, collaboration starts with conferencing. And of course, that means we have to speak to one of the leaders in conferencing in the cloud, and that's Zoom. I am sitting next to Miss Janelle Raney. She is product marketing at Zoom. Thank you very much for taking the time to speak with us.
Thanks for having us. We're excited to be here.
Now, for the folks playing along at home, what is Zoom? How would you explain Zoom to someone who maybe doesn't have a background in UC?
Yeah, Zoom is really unique. I think people are used to having video conferencing. We've seen it in WebEx and Skype, but Zoom comes at it from a little bit different angle. Eric Young, who's our CEO and founder, he was actually one of the founding engineers of WebEx, and he went through their acquisition of Cisco and really knew the future of video conferencing to work across desktop, mobile, and conference rooms. It needed a whole new architecture with that. So he built Zoom for 2 years before they even started doing any sales or marketing of this, and it's absolutely just taken off. So with this, you have all the web conferencing capabilities you'd want. You have the video conferencing as well, and it's working across any of your platforms. And it's really, I think it's the ease of use and that consistency of experience that really people are absolutely loving, as well as the reliability. And again, that gets back to how it's architected. So they use a single stream capability for one channel for the video, one for the audio, and everybody has their own. So we can scale to over 500 people all in the meeting, all on video.
Wow. Now you, well, I'm going to say this in a good way, but Zoom kind of breaks the model of the teleconferencing room. I mean, enterprises love to build up these rooms filled with their own equipment, filled up with their own proprietary tech. Zoom takes that and you support the building out of those rooms, but you are cloud-based. How does that work?
Yeah, so Zoom's completely software-based. We don't sell the hardware. We work with an ecosystem of partners. We actually had an announcement today about our new system with that. And we have, if you come to our booth, you'll find everywhere from Logitech, Aver, Huddle, Crestron, Polycom, and many more that we are working with. And these are all the hardware providers we work really closely with on providing a really great experience across the software and to their hardware. But it's off-the-shelf hardware. As long as it's USB-based, you can use it. Yeah.
All right, let's talk a little bit about that software-hardware difference, because one of the biggest mistakes that IT managers have made over, I'd say, the last 15 years is when building out those teleconferencing rooms, they don't do their homework. And they get tied into a vendor, that get tied into a particular piece of hardware that maybe doesn't scale the way that they need it to scale. Can Zoom actually solve for that? Since I'm no longer packing my room with gear that will only work with one vendor, does that part of the IT nightmare go away?
Yeah, absolutely. So you have our H.323 SIP connector. So if you made those big investments in the Polycom Cisco systems, you can bring those into the Zoom meetings in the cloud to connect with anybody. So you don't necessarily have to get rid of that investment. And then as you're making your decisions of new hardware, something new comes along a year later and you want to rip and replace that, you can do that and still keep that consistent experience with Zoom across the board.
Yeah, it's really stopping the forklift upgrade of teleconferencing equipment every 5 to 10 years.
Right.
Now, with this software-based solution, I would gather that it also makes it a lot easier to deploy and a lot easier to experiment with using this sort of communications technology in different parts of the enterprise. What is Zoom doing to sort of help with that expansion?
Yeah, so adoption's absolutely amazing. And we just had a session this morning with 21st Century Fox, and he said their video usage went from 3% to 86% with Zoom. So part of that gets back to that ease of use and consistency, right? So it's easy to use, I can roll it out. Adoption just happens really easily. We also have a customer success team that works with you on adoption. We have a professional services team that will come out and help you with what hardware should I use, where should I put my mics, and setting up your rooms. And we work with a system of integrators as well for that.
Yeah. All right, let's take a step back and look a little bit at strategy. If I am a CTO or a CIO and I'm looking at perhaps migrating over to a software-based, cloud-based solution, what are some of the things that I need to be aware of? What are the surprises that I need not to surprise me?
I think honestly you're going to be surprised at how easy it is.
That's a good surprise. We
really
like
honest.
that, yes.
Also, we have a freemium model, so you can try it out. You can try it out in your rooms for free. You can try it without even setting up an account, or across the desktop or mobile. A lot of times people will come to us and they'll do a proof of concept of a certain department as well, before they decide to do a site-wide deployment with that.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Janelle, thank you very much for spending time with us.
Thank you.
Now, if they are a little piqued, if they're thinking, well, maybe this is a good way for me to leverage the equipment I've already bought, maybe this is a good way for me to expand to different branches, maybe I want to try the freemium model, where should they go? Where can they find you? Where can they find Zoom?
They should go to zoom.us and find us there.
That's nice and easy. Janelle Raney, the product marketing person over at Zoom, we want to thank you very much for joining us. And folks, stay tabbed because we've got more from Enterprise Connect 2018.